Nutrition is a highly contested topic, and everyone seems to have an opinion on what you should and shouldn't eat. With all the information at our fingertips today, you'd think that nutrition myths would have become less pervasive than in our grandparents' time, but unfortunately, that's not the case. Hi viewers, and welcome back to Bestie. The internet is rife with misinformation these days. Myths that were previously passed through word of mouth have now spread like wildfire through social media, blogs, and even established media. So it's become even more important to separate fact from fiction, and in today's video, we'll be busting the biggest myths around food and nutrition. Are foods labeled as natural healthier? Is maple syrup better than sugar? Does egg yolk raise cholesterol levels? Is fat-free always healthy? Watch till the end to see us bust these myths and more. Number 1. Eating late at night will make you fat. Calories are calories, no matter what time they're eaten. What and how much you eat is far more important than when you eat. There's no magic hour in which your body decides that incoming calories must be stored as fat. If you're overindulging after dinner, it's the overindulging that's sabotaging your weight control efforts, not the hour on the clock. The no calories after 8 p.m. rule may be an effective diet strategy because it means that you'll eat fewer calories and less saturated fats over the course of the day. What's your favorite late night snack that you love to eat? Tell us quickly down below in the comments section. Number 2. Sea salt is a healthier version of regular salt. Everyday table salt comes from a mine and contains roughly 2,300 milligrams of sodium per teaspoon. Sea salt comes from evaporated water, and it also contains roughly 2,300 milligrams of sodium. That makes them, well, roughly identical. Sea salt contains other compounds like magnesium and iron, but only in trace amounts. To actually benefit you, you'd have to take these in extremely high and potentially dangerous levels of sodium. What's more, traditional table salt is regularly fortified with iodine, which plays an important role in regulating the hormones in your body. Sea salt, on the other hand, gives you virtually zero iodine. Number 3. Foods labeled as natural are healthier. The FDA makes no serious effort to control the use of the word natural on nutrition labels. Case in point, 7-Up boasts that it's made of 100% natural flavors, when, in fact, the soda is sweetened with a high dose of high fructose corn syrup. Corn is natural, but high fructose corn syrup is produced using a centrifuge and a series of chemical reactions. Other natural abusers include natural Cheetos, which are made with maltodextrin and disodium phosphate, and Natural Advantage post-raisin bran, which bathes its raisins in both sugar and corn syrup. The worst part is you're likely paying a premium price for common junk food. Number 4. Frozen fruits and vegetables don't contain any nutrients. Modern freezing techniques quickly freeze the vegetables and keep them ripe. This preserves an optimal amount of the nutrients they contain. Although this process might destroy some of the food's vitamins and minerals, it does preserve a large amount. Freezing is a great way to conserve your fruits and vegetables all year round. Number 5. Carbohydrates make you fat. This one might be one of the biggest nutritional myths floating around out there, and there's hardly any truth to it. Contrary to the theories on low carbs and no carb diets, there's nothing inherently fattening about carbohydrates. It's eating too many calories that makes you fat, period. Although loading up on sugary and refined carbohydrate-rich foods such as white bread, pasta, and donuts can raise your risk of developing health problems like heart disease and diabetes. But if you cut out so-called good carb foods such as whole grains, beans, fruits, and vegetables, you're missing out on your body's main source of fuel, as well as vital nutrients and fiber. Number 6. Dairy products are fattening and unhealthy. Dairy products are an important food group. They contain protein, which your body needs to build muscles and help organs work well. They're also rich in calcium that strengthens bones. Most dairy products, such as milk and some yogurts, have added vitamin D to help your body use calcium. Since many Americans don't get enough of these nutrients, dairy products made from fat-free or low-fat milk have fewer calories than dairy products made from whole milk. Number 7. Eating often will boost your metabolism. It's easy to trace this myth back to its origin. Digestion does raise your metabolism a little, so many people believe that eating less food more often keeps your metabolism elevated. However, the size of the meals matter as well. Fewer but larger meals means fewer but larger spikes in metabolism. Moreover, some studies suggest that eating smaller meals more often makes it harder to feel full, potentially leading to eating more food. Given an equal amount of daily calories, the number of meals makes no difference in fat loss. Number 8. Maple syrup and honey are better than white sugar. Even though they contain traces of nutrients, maple syrup and honey are similar to white sugar. They're high in calories and can increase your glucose level without making you feel full. You should use them for their exquisite taste and as a way to support local producers, not for their purported health benefits. Number 9. If a food is fat-free, it must be healthy. So you're grocery shopping, and a bag of gummy candy hangs at the checkout counter. It's an impulse buy, but why not indulge? It's fat-free after all. The trouble is, these gummies are loaded with sugar, which is bad for your heart. Foods labeled fat-free can still be high in calories, salt, sugar, or other undesirable nutrients. Plus, fat is not the enemy it was once thought to be. Fat from foods like nuts, oil, and fish is essential in the diet. Don't be fooled by fat-free claims. Learn how to read ingredient lists and use the nutritional facts panel so that you can get the whole story. Number 10. Drinking fruit juice is a good way to increase fruit in your diet. Fruit juice is high in added sugars. In fact, a cup of fruit juice can have as much as 40 grams of sugar, equivalent to 10 teaspoons. Eating too much sugar increases your risk of many chronic diseases, including heart disease and stroke. The best way to increase your fruit consumption is to eat whole fruit, which gives you the added benefit of fiber. When you're thirsty, reach for water or lower fat milk. Number 11. Egg yolks raise your cholesterol. Egg yolks contain dietary cholesterol. This much is true. But research has proven that dietary cholesterol has almost nothing to do with serum cholesterol, the stuff in your blood. They've found no link between eating egg and heart disease. In fact, eating eggs for breakfast can decrease your calorie intake for the remainder of the day. Increased cholesterol levels are never good for your health, and there's certain foods that can help you lower its levels. To know what they are, watch this video titled 8 Foods That Can Lower Your Cholesterol Level. Now back to popular nutrition myths busted. Number 12. You can eat as much as you want as long as it's healthy. Avocados, oatmeal, nuts, and their creamy, delicious butters are indeed healthy, but low in calories they are not. Sure, you're better off eating 200 calories of oatmeal than 200 calories of sugar-spiked cookies made with grain, but that doesn't give you free rein to eat as much of the stuff as you want. The bottom line? Nutritious or not, portion size counts with every food. If you find that you have trouble sticking to reasonable portion sizes for some of the more caloric, healthy foods in your diet, look for portion-controlled packages. You can buy mini sizes in lieu of the bigger tubs of food. This will help keep calories in check and teach you what a proper serving looks like. Number 13. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. There's nothing special about breakfast. The first food you eat during the day is technically breakfast, but it doesn't need to be eaten early or include certain types of food. If you're not hungry in the morning, you can skip this meal and move right into lunch. Number 14. Multigrain and wheat breads are better than white bread. Wait a minute, isn't multigrain one of the biggest buzzwords in nutrition? And haven't we been trained to pick the wheat bread over white at every turn? Yeah, but unfortunately, those labels are about as credible as your local congressman's campaign promises. Wheat bread is generally white bread with caramel or molasses added to make it look dark and healthy. Multigrain just means that there are different kinds of junky refined grains that may have been used. Always look for the words 100% whole wheat or 100% whole grain on the package. Number 1. Eating late at night will make you fat. To build muscle, you must have 3 key components: adequate calories, a good intake of protein, and a good strength program. Without enough calories, some of the dietary protein will be used as energy. Likewise, eating protein beyond your needs will either be stored as fat or burned for energy. The timing of your protein is important. After resistance training, eating protein such as whey along with carbohydrates has been shown to build muscle. Number 16. There is one perfect diet plan for everyone. Every diet wants its followers to believe it's the tops. But there's no such thing as a perfect diet. The best diet is the one that promotes a variety of nutrients, adds enjoyment, and can easily be sustained without a sense of deprivation. While these may be some of the common myths around nutrition, there are even more misconceptions around weight loss and dieting. You can clear some of them up by watching diet mistakes to avoid when you're trying to lose weight, or learning about weight loss tips that were tested and what worked. These 2 videos will help you avoid misconceptions around weight loss and fast-track your journey towards losing weight. What's the most common myth about nutrition that you've heard and believed for a long time? Let us know in the comment section below.